Hey, this is Abacus with the SPUF of Legend making a new video, finally, after a month. I know, it's been ages, and unfortunately I have to report that this is not going to be a normal, traditional video, because I am not making this on my regular desktop. This is actually the reason that I have not been making videos, and I'm going to go into more detail about that. But I'm basically giving a heads up right now. This video isn't about Overwatch. It's not about gaming, it's not about any of the stuff. It's really just about me, because I'm going through some very big changes. Most of them are positive. This isn't a bad thing, but it's kind of limited my ability to make videos for the SPUF of Legend and even to write articles on the Daily SPUF. You've noticed that I haven't had much of a presence there, and I'm going to go into that. Right now I am recording this footage that you're hearing me talk about in Audacity, and I actually can't see the Overwatch gameplay that I have spliced over it. Presumably it's something halfway decent that I grabbed from my folders. I have not been playing video games because I am stuck on my laptop, the same one that I was on when I created that Hardcore Henry video for Payday 2. So now you know the backstory of what's going on right now. My desktop, maybe a month, I'd say maybe 3 weeks ago, it started overheating within like a few minutes of me turning the thing on, and I can't. I think it's something to do with the CPU temperatures or something. I know it's summer right now, and that might be part of it, but most of the tricks of the trade that I usually try when making a desktop work is like, you know, replace the fans, replace the heatsink, blow all the dust out, and I've tried all of that and I can't get it to fix. So I think something important in there might have melted or something like that. So I'm looking into that. Actually, I'm not. I just went and I got a whole new desktop. It's a lot better. It's one of those Alienwares. I know that they don't have the greatest reputation among hardcore PC gamer master race peoples. I am an English major and I have never constructed my own computer, so I am kind of willing to just pass the buck onto Dell and take their professional advice at face value. Anyway, what I wanted to actually talk about regarding the Daily SPUF and the SPUF of Legend is that you might be noticing that there will be a bit of a change in the way that in both the way the videos look and the way that they cover their subject material. The first, having to do with the way things look, is that I have finally knuckled down and purchased the Adobe Creative Cloud. Now, Adobe has a new, it's not new, they have the way that you get Adobe stuff these days. You buy the Creative Cloud. It's a monthly thing you gotta pay, and you get access to everything. You get access to Photoshop, you get access to Premiere, you get access to some other stuff. Those are the two that I really care about. I've been wanting to learn Photoshop for ages. I actually used to know Photoshop when I went to college. I was part of the English Broadside Ballad Archival project, where they would some guy in England scanned a bunch of old 18th century ballads into a computer, as in he'd literally scan them. We didn't have digital record of these, and he would send them to the university that I attended, and then in Photoshop we would touch it up and then create an online copy, and you can go access it. I can actually provide a link to that website if anyone's interested. Some very good 14th century ballads. I'm so off topic right now. I'm learning PowerPoint, and more importantly, I'm learning Adobe Premiere. All these videos that I've made up till now have been made in a very, very old, unupdated version of Sony Vegas Pro, and I enjoy Sony Vegas Pro, but I'm getting a little frustrated with a couple problems that I've been having with it. One of the biggest ones that really, really bugs me is that when you embed multiple videos into each other, the most frequent reason I do this is at the end of SPUF of Legend videos, where you have those two little thumbnail looking things that have other videos playing, and you know, then I add little annotations around them so that you can click them and get navigated to our other content. Though I guess you don't really do that anymore because of the new YouTube system, but that is the sort of system that that is a good example for what I couldn't do in Sony Vegas Pro, because once you had like 3 videos at the same time, it started really hiccuping and freaking out, and I think that might have something to do with the graphics card on my older, not super good desktop. Either way, won't have to worry about that now. I'm using Adobe Premiere. I've seen some great videos for it. I'm going to enjoy doing it. And the other reason that you might be seeing a change in the way these videos come out is that I am going to try to make more animations and artwork now. Retvik, also known as Medic, also known as RK, also known as Phobos, is a very good artist, and if you are expecting that sort of art from me, you are going to be sorely disappointed, at least for a couple years. I'm really just starting out. I have done almost nothing but writing and very minor programming my entire life. So this is going to be the first time that I've actually tried to put pencil to paper, do some drawings, and that's one of the reasons I'm going to do animation instead, because people will forgive shoddy artwork in animation because everything's moving and everything's fun to watch. I don't know what the subject matter will be. I'm really bad at drawing humans, so I'm trying to come up with something that doesn't involve humans. Maybe like some sort of... Because I want to make a video game theme. This is a video game themed channel, and I've actually been playing World of Warcraft. I was thinking of making something with like World of Warcraft characters, because they're made with like 10 polygons anyway, because the game came out in 2006. I'm still thinking about it. I have no idea. You'll just have to stay tuned. Videos are not going to come out particularly frequently, because God knows how long it's going to take to make animations. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, hey, why I got the Adobe Creative Cloud now instead of earlier. I just got into, and by just got into, I mean like 3 months ago I got into, but for the last 3 months I've been setting up for this. I got into a master's program, which I'm very excited about, going to the University of California. And I am going to be majoring, wait, I don't know if that's what they call it. That's what they call it as a bachelor's, but I am in a master's program, so I'm getting a master's in game design. So I'm very excited about that. It's a one-year program, and what it's focused on, the reason it's a one-year program, most master's programs, in America at least, are 2 years. This one is 1 year because it is going to be focusing on getting us ready to get employed. It's very employee-focused, and that is going to be very good for me because I've been working in game development for about 5 years now. You can see a bunch of my minor projects on my itch.io page, but the ones that actually matter are the stuff that have a bunch of players that have been released. Probably the biggest feather in my hat is Legends of Equestria, that My Little Pony based MMO. Ooh, I could make pony animations. No, I don't think I should do that. I'm not going to make pony animations. Anyway, yeah, Legends of Equestria, over 100,000 players. Actually, it comes out this August, I believe. So maybe that's something for you to look out for if you've always wanted to be a pony. But where was I going with this? I have a lot of experience in game development, but none of it is paid. All of it is volunteer. I've been volunteers on MMORPGs like Legends of Equestria and visual novels and platformers. I usually work on like quest-based stuff just because everybody and their mother needs writers to do side quests for things. But I've never actually managed to break into the industry myself, and it's not for want of trying. One of the reasons that I keep moving around the country, moving from Ohio to Texas to California, is I am chasing these tech jobs, but every time I get into meetings with companies, I never actually manage to tie the knot. They usually end up going with somebody that has more experience. That has been my life for the last 5 years, taking normal jobs like customer service representatives and nude modeling and grocery bagging and stuff like that to pay the bills, while in my spare time I make video games for free. So road's not over yet, and I want to thank you guys all for all the support that you've given the various SPUF content we've created, whether it's the SPUF of Legend, or it's the blog itself, or it's the podcast we had for a little bit. Because you guys, the Daily SPUF was a huge part of my portfolio that got me into this master's program. And we wouldn't have gotten this far if we didn't have so many dedicated readers and article submitters and video submitters. Thank you, the only guy ever. And that's mostly what I wanted to talk about. And we're hitting like the 9-minute mark, which I think is the length of the footage I wanted to use. There was this Overwatch game. You can tell that it's old because you can see it's old Lucio. He's got 30 meters on his range. But I thought it was a halfway decent video because I play Soldier 76 for like a life and a half at the very beginning, and it ends up getting to play the game somehow. So I thought that was funny. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. This is such a grody video, I apologize. In, I guess, the opposite of advance, since I'm making the video now, what is the opposite of advance? After the fact. Because I'm not really good at making videos in Windows Media Maker. So I think we're going to call it right here. I think that's everything we're going to talk about. Computer's on the way. It's going to be here on the 19th. Once that shows up, I'm going to be able to start making more regular content again. That regular content might include animations and artwork. I have gotten into a college master's program. That's going to be starting in September, and that might, again, cause me to not be able to make content as frequently. I don't know how difficult I know the master's program is going to be difficult and I might even be able to get the SPUF of Legend as part of my projects and stuff like that. But who knows? It's going to be a different time for me, and I'm going to have different priorities, and we're gonna see how it pans out. So I love you all. Hope to make new videos for you soon and new articles for you soon. This is Abacus with the SPUF of Legend signing out.